Hello and a very warm welcome to today's session brought to you by Team Textbook Super Coaching. I hope all of you are doing really well. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Rani, Sahil, Fatima, Kumari, Fatima, Himanshi. Good evening. Don't worry at all. Don't worry at all. Right? Don't worry at all about that. Right? There is Simar, there is Debashish, Zamar is there. Okay. All right, great. Without further ado, let's just very quickly get started. Jaldi deri nahi karte hue, fatafat se let's just get started over here. 1 second. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now, today, good evening. Good evening. We are going to be, of course, kickstarting. Of course, the results came out, and आप लोगों ने अपने results को देखा होगा. You can probably see where you scored better. Where are the efforts that you have to put, right? अगर आपका paper one अच्छा गया है, तो ये नहीं है कि इस बार पेपर वन भूल जाएंगे. स्ट्रेंथन दैट कंपोनेंट, कीप इट कंसिस्टेंट ऑल टुगेदर, एंड पेपर टू के अंदर भी ट्राई टू फिगर आउट वेयर इज इट दैट यू faltered, which are the topics that you really have to cover all together, so that whenever we are going to be of course starting with your mock say in another 30 days. और वैसे भी अभी भी जैसे कल से भी आपका ये क्लासेस स्टार्ट है, मास्टर क्लासेस स्टार्ट हैं, तो उसमें भी आप ये सारे क्वेश्चंस दोबारा से प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं, राइट? So just be prepared. Let's be very positive. And आज की जो class है, it's going to be super brief because I really want all of you, आज results निकले हैं. I want all of you to take a breather. All of you have really worked very hard, and that is where एक तरह का एक complete closure जिसे कहते हैं, that has come for your last attempt altogether. Of course, a lot of you were मेरे को दो तीन लोगों का जो कॉल आया था, because I usually don't take unknown numbers. So I was very touched. I think you were trying to reach out to me on the correct email ID, but I'll be sharing that as well. 1 second. So sorry. Right. So of course that's of course there, but why we'll be keeping the class a little a little compressed is because I know ये पूरा का पूरा cycle closure आ चुका है, and you're able to see either if you've cleared your net, you've cleared your JRF, there is a positive closure. If you've not cleared your net, if you've not cleared your JRF, it's not a negative closure, it's just that you have to restart again. और इसी चीज को AQ बोला जाता है, इसी चीज को आपका एडवर्सिटी क्वोशंट बोला जाता है, इसी चीज को बोला जाता है that how you have to show the ability to bounce back, how you have to make it a point कि you're coming back altogether. That is something which is very important, right? So please keep that in mind, please remember it. ये सारी चीजें काफी important हो जाती हैं, that you're trying to introspect, you're trying to reflect. अगर आपका नेट है, काफी सारे बच्चों का जिनका नेट क्लियर हुआ था, I was really impressed to see that their replies back that no, my journey has started, I want to get a GRF now in the next attempt, which is very good. So please introspect, see where did you lack. I'm sure you would know that better कि आप American literature में फंसे या आप literary criticism theory में फंसे. Where is it that you actually faltered? I really want all of you to actually remember that. And Himanshi and others, please stay motivated. Himanshi, I was even seeing that I think your paper one score also, like the 21 questions that you got right, we definitely have to push it forward a little bit. ठीक है, तो सारा का सारा analyze कीजिएगा, and that is the reason today I really want all of you to spend a lot of time, a lot of energy in understanding. If you've cleared your net JRF, what are the next steps now? It shouldn't be that you are coming under the category of people who have cleared net JRF and are unemployed or have not started with their research already. तो वो कैटेगरी में आप लोगों ने बिल्कुल नहीं जाना है. और अगर आपने नहीं क्लियर किया है, तो आपके लिए फर्स्ट हर्डल है कि how are you going to be making sure that your roadmap is prepared for the upcoming exams that are there. Also one tip that I'd like to give, जैसे अभी महाराष्ट्र सेट के खुले फॉर्म्स, तो इस तरह के सेट एग्जाम्स भी आप दीजिए, because even when you clear these set exams, your confidence level increases, your resume is getting built, you can even write it in your resumes, these number of tests that you have cleared altogether. And secondly, आपको opportunity मिलती है to teach in these universities or pursue your research in the universities of the states जिनके एग्जाम्स आप क्लियर कर रहे हैं, तो उनको भी थोड़ा सा सीरियसली लीजिएगा. कल यही मैं क्लासरूम स्टूडेंट्स को भी बता रही थी, कल से आप लोगों का मास्टर क्लासेस भी है, ये 15 मास्टर क्लासेस को जरूर अटेंड कीजिएगा. वी आर गोइंग टू बी कवरिंग क्वेश्चंस. देयर विल बी एटलीस्ट मिनिमम ऑफ 15 to 25 concepts per class that we will be covering. एंड ऑफ कोर्स आपकी क्लासरूम क्लास में से भी 22 जैन से आपकी गेट एक्सप्रेस वर्कशीट्स कंप्लीट की जाएंगी. तो प्लीज इंश्योर कीजिएगा कि आप, मैं इनकी स्ट्रैटेजी भी बता दूंगी कि वर्कशीट्स का नोट टेकिंग आपने कैसे करना है. व्हाट शुड बी द प्रोसेस ऑफ नोट टेकिंग फॉर दीज वर्कशीट्स, बिकॉज इट शुडंट बी दैट यू शुड बी ओवरवेल्म्ड विद दीज क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, तो प्लीज अब वापस ट्रैक पे आ जाइएगा, ट्राई टू मेक श्योर दैट अब काफी ज्यादा, क्योंकि हम रिजल्ट्स का ही वेट कर रहे थे, नाउ अगेन यू शुड बी बैक ऑन ट्रैक, एंड आपके जो बहुत सारे और एग्जाम्स आ रहे हैं उनके लिए यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड. ओके, सो जस्ट टेक अ लुक एट द स्केड्यूल ऑल टुगेदर फॉर द मास्टर क्लासेस, एंड आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर द मास्टर क्लासेस. ठीक है, आज की क्लास हम बहुत ब्रीफ रखने वाले हैं. आई विल बी इंट्रोड्यूसिंग यू टू द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इंडियन इंग्लिश शॉर्ट स्टोरीज. ठीक है, और आज आपको मैं एक होमवर्क देने वाली हूँ, which I want you to complete by Monday. When I meet you on Monday at 10:30 p.m. on the YT session. आपका डेडलाइन क्या है टू कंप्लीट द होमवर्क? देयर इज ब्लॉक 6, राइट? आपका MEG का एक ब्लॉक 6 है, which I'll be giving it to you as homework to read, and I want all of you to at least skim through it for sure. मैं ये सारा कुछ लिंक जो है टेलीग्राम प्लेटफॉर्म पे भेज दूंगी, प्लीज उसको डेफिनेटली गो थ्रू कीजिएगा, ये होमवर्क आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. Many congratulations. Like I said, I think a lot of you were not even having my mail IDs, so I was a little missing on. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I don't pick up my calls, but I don't know how did you even get to know my calling number, because my calling and WhatsApp numbers are different. But that was very touching. The two calls that I picked up, I'm really glad that I picked up. But you can note down the new ID, neerja.raheja.faculty@testbook.com, as well as neerja.raheja@gmail.com. राइट, इंस्टाग्राम पे भी आप मुझे भेज सकते थे, टेलीग्राम पे भी देयर वर 6-7 ऑफ यू, आई थिंक आप उसमें से रूमा का मैंने भेज दिया था मेन ग्रुप पर. बट एक्सेलेंट जॉब डन ऑल ऑफ यू, many congratulations to everybody who has succeeded. I think these success stories also, some of you, I will be reaching out to all of you also to understand, because that will how your peer learning. देखिए, हम 5 बार बोल देंगे कि ये चीज करो, लेकिन एक peer ने बोला है कि I remember one of my students, Shalini, she made a comment in one of the interviews. She said नेट से नेट क्लियर होगा, मतलब इंटरनेट से नेट क्लियर होगा. तो आपका इंटरनेट कनेक्शन बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है नेट एग्जाम को क्लियर करने के लिए. तो वही जब हम लोग कहेंगे कि ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेज का यूज कीजिए, तब शायद आप इतना अच्छे से ना समझे, लेकिन जब आपका पीयर आपको बोलते हैं, तो आई बी रीचिंग आउट टू a lot of you as well. But many congratulations, really proud to see. Good evening Zama, good evening Devashish, good evening Simar, Taran. We're very proud to see all of you doing really well. Tanmay, excellent, absolutely well deserved, right? आज भी जैसे we were having a technical glitch. So होता क्या है, कभी-कभी when the class is rescheduled, से कल नहीं हो पाई थी because it was very foggy and there was some connections that we were facing. तभी आपका कल वाली सेशंस नहीं हो पाए थे, and therefore they got rescheduled also. तो जब reschedule हो जाता है तो ऐप में थोड़ा सा इशू होता है. तो आज थोड़ा सा इशू में delayed स्टार्ट हुआ, जैसे इंडिगो का भी आप सुन रहे होंगे, ये delayed फ्लाइट्स चल रही थी फॉग की वजह से, राइट? सो इट इज वेरी नाइस टू सी द द मैसेज चैट. महपारा और बाकी सारे बच्चे, तन्मय जी बताइए आपने कैसे तैयारी करी, तन्मय जी आप बताइए how did you study, and then poor chap Tanmay is even writing, I did not discriminate between any subject at all. उस टाइम पे वो क्लास स्टार्ट नहीं हो रही थी, तो we couldn't really talk about it, but it was very heartwarming. One of the most regular people, I think, Tanmay, for instance, I was at a different platform for whatever XYZ reasons. When I transitioned out, Tanmay bilkul saath mein raha. He was constantly messaging me on WhatsApp. He gave his West Bengal set exam also. He shared the question paper. One of the way, जैसे ये कुछ बच्चे होते हैं, जैसे इना भी एक ऐसी मेरी बच्ची थी, last year. So you people really touch our hearts, because obviously we most of the times don't have a face to the name, right? We just know these names that are there, and that is the reason when we meet you physically, we get very emotional also to see that. So I think great job done again by all of you. It's really very successful stories. I was really touched and overwhelmed to see. I'll tell you, there were these stories. मैंने 2-3 टेलीग्राम पे भी शेयर करी थी, and I try to capture and highlight each of these stories all together, but I was really touched. एक बहुत ही प्यारी बच्ची ने लिखा कि I know ma'am, it's not a very big achievement for you, but for me it's really a big achievement, because I with two children, I've cleared the exam, and I'd even posted it on the Telegram platform. It was a very sweet, touching story. 200%. It's not that it's a small achievement for me either. I really, at the end of the day, there's nothing more priceless than receiving these success messages, because genuinely we work very hard with all of you for these messages itself, right? So I think these stories are very overwhelming, very touching altogether. So again, keep up this good spirit altogether with which you all are working. So very proud of each one of you. I was really like again, ये भी बहुत प्यारी story है. I have intentionally hidden the age of this girl, but hats off to you, Roma. I think a great, fantastic job done. So very proud of you, for clearing this exam. And why she cleared a net? Because of the criteria that you have your age specification criteria. But so overwhelming to see कि आप लोग कैसे you have got a dream, you want to pursue that dream, you want to accomplish that. And I think many congratulations, because people like yourself, you just inspire others as well, right? So I think that was like fantastic job done. अच्छा, मैं नीचे नहीं देख पा रही थी, अभी भी मैं नीचे देख पा रही हूँ कि सॉरी ये comments चले गए थे. Yeah, nice. अच्छा, sorry. Okay. Right. No worries, no worries. वो पीछे चले गए थे comments. So again, beautiful stories. Really loved all of these, right? Though we will of course keep on capturing most of these stories also. And like I said, please, you can of course ping me over Telegram. You can Instagram me. Also, Deri Saveri, but I will be seeing all the messages. For instance, I really appreciate. I think 4 5 लोगों ने मेरे को हर एक platform पे, मैम अभी सी श्वेता पद्मा, she telegrammed me, she WhatsApped me, she then mailed me, and finally I saw the mail. So that was very touching altogether. Okay, but very nice. Okay, now like I said, I'll be keeping today's class very crisp क्योंकि आज मैं आपको एक homework देने वाली हूँ, because today is Friday and you have the weekend. Even though we'll be meeting for 3 master classes, हम 3 master classes के लिए मिलेंगे over the weekend and we'll be practicing questions. ठीक है, we'll be practicing questions, but still I want to keep today's class very very brief altogether. See, देखिए short story का जो genre है, हम लोग American short story पढ़ेंगे, हम लोग modern short story पढ़ेंगे. मैं क्लास आपकी लेने वाली हूँ on modern short stories. मैं क्लास आपकी लेने वाली हूँ on short stories in general. What are the important things that you have to cover? So basically, what is short story? A short story is predominantly trying to be completed, as to quote Edgar Allan Poe also here, it should be completed in one sitting. आप एक बार बैठ रहे हैं, आप बुक को ले रहे हैं, within one sitting you should be able to complete the short story. That is how pivotal the role of a short story is. हम लोग horror short stories, gothic short stories, काफी सारे interesting topics को cover करेंगे. So please remember that. Yes, Himanshi, it will be on app. अब ना थोड़ा सा, क्योंकि अब closure आ गया है, बिकॉज वही होता है कि थोड़ा सा जब तक क्लोजर नहीं आता है हम उसको सीरियसली नहीं ले रहे होते हैं. अब क्लोजर आ गया है, आपका एग्जाम के रिजल्ट्स आ गए हैं. नाउ व्हाट आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू डू इज बिकम वेरी सिंसियर एंड वेरी फोकस्ड. टेलीग्राम पे थोड़ा सा एक्टिव हो जाइएगा. सारे के सारे सेशंस की मैं अनाउंसमेंट्स देने लग जाऊंगी, चाहे वो आपके ऐप पे हो, यूट्यूब पे हो, फाउंडेशन बैच के हो, जिस भी बैच के होंगे. आई विल बी शेयरिंग ऑल द डिटेल्स ऑन द टेलीग्राम प्लेटफॉर्म, मतलब क्लास के डिटेल्स, दैट ओके व्हाट दीस आर द टाइमिंग्स एंड व्हाट वी आर कवरिंग. सो प्लीज डू मेक इट अ पॉइंट दैट यू आर ज्वाइनिंग इट. ओके, सो शॉर्ट स्टोरीज इज अ फॉर्म जो मल्टीपल कैटेगरीज में हम कवर करेंगे. And it is of course important from who has written Blizzard. आपको पता होना चाहिए to what is the short story that Ernest Hemingway is writing, to what is the short story that Jhumpa Lahiri has written, Interpreter of Maldives. ये सारी चीजें at the back of your mind होनी चाहिए. That is something which is very important. Okay, now today I will be keeping, like I said, very brief and crisp. आपका short story का जो tradition है, you're able to see गोलान जो है आपका 1001 nights, right? The 1001 nights, which is famously called as your Arabian Nights, right? उसको translate कर रहे हैं. Then other people are also trying their hands. They are also trying their hands in the shorter form altogether. You're able to see Washington Irving, Edgar Allan Poe in American tradition, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Twice Told Tales, for instance. So you're able to see a lot of these people are trying their hands altogether. Brother Grimm's fairy tales, Nicholas Gogol's Evening on a Farm of the Kakana, right? All of these are becoming early examples and prototypes of short stories. Short stories को हम लोग देखेंगे भी. तो it is not a genre which is a children's genre. It is a mature genre which is condensed. ठीक है, उसको condense कर दिया जाता है. That is something which you are able to look at. Himanshi, I'll share all the details. Don't worry about it. ठीक है, don't worry about it at all. Okay. All right. So please keep that in mind. No worries, Sonali, don't worry at all. See, jab bhi, of course, check it out, but just gear up now and make sure that you're giving it the next best attempt. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Vanshika, the Telegram platform is in Neerja ma'am test book. एक और है इंग्लिश लिटरेचर हसलर. सो आपको अगर आप टेलीग्राम पे जाएंगे तो यू विल बी एबल टू कनेक्ट. मैं नेक्स्ट क्लास से क्या करूंगी, आई विल आल्सो अटैच द लिंक ऑफ द टेलीग्राम प्लेटफॉर्म सो दैट यू कैन लुक एट इट. ठीक है, I'll do that. Now, please remember, what are you able to see? Writers like Charles Brockton Brown, they are writing Somnambulism, all right, or Washington Irving's writings, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, or Rip Van Winkle. ये सारे भी आपके लिए बहुत ज्यादा important हैं. ठीक है, ये सारे भी आपके लिए बहुत ज्यादा important है. These are people who are writing short stories, right? These are people who are writing short stories, giving it a proper shape altogether. Rather, Washington Irving, Geoffrey Crayon का pseudonym use करके he's creating literally like a crayon. He's trying to give sketches, right? So sketches by Geoffrey Crayon is what he writes. So आपका जो short story है, that's a genre that is trying to give you sketches overall. That is what you're able to look at, right? So thanks, Sahil, for sharing that. So please keep that in mind, that when we are looking at these tales are important. These tales are critically crucial. Now, Janice, अब 3-4 examples मैं आपको देती हूँ, फिर मैं आपको आपका homework देने वाली हूँ. Today I really want you all to do, because by doing you'll be able to actually understand it better. और Monday को मैं starting में we will be quizzing you on this homework that I'm giving you. So please make sure that you read up and come, because I will be quizzing you on this particular homework altogether. Boats on Land by Janice Pariat, again very important. 11 short stories है. इसी तरह से आप देखते हो, जैसे रोहिंटन मिस्त्री is also another important short story writer, the Indian Canadian writer that you're able to see. He is also writing short stories. तो काफी सारे आपके important Indians है. अरुण जोशी, आज जो मैं आपको homework देने वाली हूँ, वो आर.के. नारायण, अरुण जोशी. So a lot of these writers are also going to be included over here. ठीक है. Now, Boats on Land जो है, it is trying to take us through parts of Northeast India, right? ये stories जो हैं mid 1800 से current time तक span करती हैं all together. That is what you're able to see. So again, short stories में भी आप अपना culture बता सकते हैं. Short stories के through भी आप एक story, एक पूरा का पूरा, for instance, when you look at even Malgudi Days by R.K. Narayan, those short stories are trying to give you this entire typical village area. What is the life that is going on? How are people connected overall? ठीक है, तो एक पूरी की पूरी situation को अच्छी तरह से highlight करते हैं. They are able to show it to us, right? So we must remember that. When I Hid My Caste, again a very important, stories by Baburao Bagul, very important. When I Hid My Caste. So short stories is also being used by subaltern writers who are coming from the marginalized sections altogether. ये भी short stories के form को use कर रहे हैं. It was published in Marathi, translated. ये question आपका आता भी है by Jerry Pinto altogether. दलित community का treatment बताया जाता है. Okay, so it is not trying to sugarcoat or romanticize, right? Unadulterated, बिल्कुल naturalistic style में ये अपने पूरे के पूरे experience को बताते हैं. How your entire malpractice is actually shown altogether. So When I Hid My Caste, stories by Baburao Bagul. So again, short story ka format, again, why am I trying to highlight this is to try to tell you that it's a broad spectrum. It's not कि short stories is a children's genre. It is also a very important genre to communicate important themes. आपके जो culturally लोडेड मैसेजेस हैं, वो भी आपके शॉर्ट स्टोरीज के थ्रू आप कन्वे कर पा रहे हैं. तो शॉर्ट स्टोरी का जो फॉर्मेट है, ये चीज आपको याद रखनी है कि शॉर्ट स्टोरी का फॉर्मेट लोडेड मैसेजेस को भी कवर कर रहा है, पावरफुल मैसेजेस को भी कवर कर रहा है. सोशलॉजिकली जो आपके इश्यूज है, सोशलॉजिकली इंट्रेंच्ड इश्यूज जो हैं, उनको भी ये बता रहा है. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू कीप इन माइंड. ऑलराइट, या Raj, not just for RPSC, हम लोग next week we'll also be doing a lot of MPPCS का आपका जो असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर एग्जाम है, वो उसका सिलेबस 2-3 बच्चों ने काफी मेरे को मैसेज किया हुआ है उसका जो सिलेबस है ना वो आपके नेट के लिए भी काफी हेल्पफुल रहेगा, तो उसको भी हम अच्छी तरह से अगले हफ्ते देखेंगे एज अ थीम। ओके, सो आप एक बार सिलेबस भी शेयर कर दीजिएगा। देन अनीता देसाई इज द आर्टिस्ट ऑफ डिसअपियरेंस। ओके, अगेन शॉर्ट स्टोरीज that speak of characters who are still haunted, you know, from the memories from the past altogether। जैसे कहते हैं ना बैगेज ऑफ द पास्ट, राइट, इसको क्या बोला जाता है, इसको बोला जाता है बैगेज ऑफ द पास्ट, राइट, baggage of the past इसको बोला जाता है, that is what you are able to see। Okay, so again you are trying to cope with the changes, right, that are taking place. Change is the most difficult thing, right? Till date, what are we completely worried about? We're all completely worried about change. We are very happy with something which is called as a status quo, right? We're absolutely happy with something which is called as a status quo। ओके, तो ये चीज आपको याद रखनी पड़ेगी, यू विल हैव टू कीप दैट इन माइंड। गुड इवनिंग मोनिका, गुड इवनिंग। Okay, so modern world sometimes gets too, you know, too much, and some of them hide there. You've created your own shell altogether, you don't want to participate at all, आप बिल्कुल उससे दूर जाना चाहते हो altogether। तो you know here Anita Desai tries to tell you कि living, you know, is also, you know, the way that you survive in today's modern time, that is also like a great huge achievement, right? Because you're actually trying to survive, you're actually trying to keep your fort on amidst crisis altogether। तो ये अच्छी तरह से वो ये सारी चीजें आपको बताती हैं in the artist of disappearance, that even mundane existence is something that, you know, that even if you're trying to live by it, it's actually something to be proud of। ठीक है, so again, you know, be it Babara Baghul, jinki short stories are translated by Jerry Pinto, be it an Anita Desai who's coming and write her short stories, be it Rohinton Mistry or an R.K. Narayan giving you the short stories. What are you predominantly, or you know, Janice Parrott giving you, you know, the northeast flavor in the writings of the short stories? आप देख पाते हो कि short stories are socially committed, it's a proper genre, it is trying to highlight important issues। तो ये सारी चीजें आप अच्छी तरह से देख पाते हो, which you'll have to keep in mind। On that note, I want to introduce you to, you know, the homework, and like I said, आज की class I'll try to keep it as brief and crisp as possible, to just tell you कि कैसे short stories expansive way में use की जा रही हैं। I want you, I'll share the link also of that। Okay, I'll share the link also। एक और देख लीजिएगा breast stories, ब्रेस्ट स्टोरीज में महाश्वेता देवी के वर्क्स जो हैं वो गायत्री चक्रवर्ती स्पिवैक द पोस्ट कॉलोनियल क्रिटिक ट्रांसलेट कर रही हैं। एंड यू आर एबल टू सी अगेन ट्राइंग टू टेल यू अबाउट वुमेन्स रोल पोजीशन, क्लासरूम स्टूडेंट्स। हम लोग जब मॉडर्न क्रिटिसिज्म कर रहे थे एंड वी वर लुकिंग एट वर्जीनिया वुल्फ, रिमेंबर वी वर आल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ वर्जीनिया वुल्फ बिकम्स अ टॉर्च बेarer फॉर फेमिनिज्म ऑल टुगेदर। ठीक है, एंड you are able to see that you know how your for instance your overall parts of the, you know, the feminine body, what are they representing, how is it symbolizing womanhood altogether। so again wo jo struggle hai, that is what breast stories wants to cover by Mahashweta Devi, right? So again, it's a radical mode, it is a powerfully loaded mode। short stories ये ऐसा नहीं है कि बच्चों की ही children's fiction ही आप लिख रहे हैं। that is something that I want you, right, that is something that I want you all to keep in mind। ठीक है, क्योंकि ये जो चीजें हैं ना वो अक्सर हम लोग गलत कर देते हैं। now this is your homework and I want all of you to take it very seriously। I will be sharing, so आपका जो कोर्स है ना इग्नू का MEG, right, this is, I think I'll have to check that, I'll give you all the details also। this is a course on Indian English writings, उसमें ब्लॉक 6 के अंदर, ठीक है, उसमें ब्लॉक 6 के अंदर आपको ये सारी शॉर्ट स्टोरीज मिलेंगी। एंड ऑल ऑफ यू, आई वांट यू टू डेफिनेटली मेक श्योर दैट आप स्किम करके आ रहे हैं, यू आर स्किमिंग ओवर इट। ठीक है, अबाउट यूनिट 1, अबाउट शॉर्ट स्टोरीज, R.K. नारायण, अरुण जोशी, मनोज दास, you know, your of course Subhadra Sen Gupta, Raji Narsimhan, Shashi Deshpande, Geeta Hariharan, Ruskin Bond। Please skim through all of these before your class on Monday, at 10:30 p.m। just skim over it, you know, we will be continuing from here itself। ठीक है, तो इसको अच्छी तरह से एक बार, ठीक है, इसको अच्छी तरह से एक बार go through करके आइएगा। alright, please make sure that you know you are going over it, please make sure that you know you're seeing this properly। yeah, I will share the PDF, I will share the link of the PDF that you can easily download. तो ये आपका होमवर्क है, प्लीज कवर दिस, क्योंकि आपको क्विज के फॉर्मेट में मैं मंडे को पूछूंगी। आई ऑलरेडी मेड 20 क्वेश्चन क्विज फ्रॉम दीज थिंग्स, ठीक है। तो उसको अच्छी तरह से एग्जॉस्टिवली पढ़ के आएगा। आप जितना अच्छे से पढ़ के आएंगे, इट विल एक्चुअली शो अ स्ट्रेंथेंड अवेयरनेस अबाउट शॉर्ट स्टोरीज ओवरऑल, ठीक है। एंड टुमारो, लाइक आई सेड, आई एम मीटिंग यू फॉर योर मास्टर क्लास, राइट। आपका 20 सेकेंड से पहले वी विल बी हैविंग 3 मास्टर क्लासेस, राइट। कल 10 बजे है, परसों 12 बजे है, 1 बजे है क्लासरूम क्लास आपका, 2 बजे सेक्शनल टेस्ट है संडे को। तो अच्छी तरह से कल थोड़ी सी आज इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करके आराम से कल सुबह उठ के प्लीज लिटरेरी क्रिटिसिज्म, जितने सारे लेक्चर्स अभी आपके हुए हैं लिटरेरी क्रिटिसिज्म के ऊपर, आई थिंक 10-15 लेक्चर्स जो हैं, आप उनको अच्छी तरह से गो थ्रू कीजिएगा, बिकॉज आपका संडे को 2 बजे टेस्ट है। रेस्ट एवरीबडी, प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू आर डेफिनेटली ज्वाइनिंग, ठीक है। यू आर डेफिनेटली ज्वाइनिंग your master classes before 22nd, and 22nd को just before your YouTube class we'll have a quick master class, and 10:30 पे I will be meeting you on YouTube. Before that you should have read, you should have completed your homework, okay, so please keep that in mind. सोनी, मैंने आप ही के लिए बोला था, नेक्स्ट वीक से सोनी और एक और 2 बच्चे बहुत ही प्यारी, पूरा का पूरा सोनी, पूरा का पूरा आपका जो MPPCS का है मैंने देख लिया है, तो आपका काफी हद तक इजीली ना आपका बाकी नेट के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी वो हेल्पफुल रहेगा, तो वो इस चीज को हम लोग देखेंगे, ठीक है। यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट इट. Okay, great. Thanks so much everyone for joining. Many congratulations again to everybody who's cleared, the net this time. People who've not cleared the net or JRF, there's no need for you to worry. You've got rather a new goal that you have to work towards. There is no need to lose hope. There is no need to get disheartened. All of you need to be absolutely strong and powerfully coming back. अपनी स्टेशनरी को, अपने स्टडी रूम को डीक्लटर करके अच्छी तरह से रख लीजिएगा. Let's prepare ourselves, to the best of our abilities and capabilities. Fine. Thank you so much. Thanks Rashmi, thanks Ravi, thanks Ethereal, thanks Devashish, Fatima. Take good care of yourselves, and अगर कोई और problem हो तो please do keep us posted. And again, neerja.raheja.faculty@testbook.com on Instagram पे आप, या फिर Telegram पे, do let me know how you are actually doing, or if you need any other support or help. Fine. Thanks everyone for joining. I'll catch up with all of you tomorrow in your masterclass and day after tomorrow as well, for your master classes as well as for your classroom class. Fine. Thank you. Thanks, Kumari. Thanks, Shabnam. Take good care of yourselves. Bye, everyone. Good night. Sweet dreams. Ravi, I think that's a great way to end. June में हमारा ही होगा. Absolutely right. Okay. 200%. And I'm going to be, quoting from this particular video कि June में हमारा ही होगा. So I want you to actually achieve that as well. Fine. Thanks, everyone. Take good care of yourselves. Good luck, and I'll catch up with all of you. Take care. Bye.